Hello everybody, and welcome back to Raven's Third Eye Tarot. I am your clairvoyant medium, Raven, here to give you guidance and clarity along your journey. And if you're new here, hi, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So in today's reading, we're going to find out what your person was thinking the last time they saw you. Now in this reading, I do want you to have a very specific person in mind. You can meditate on who they are, you can meditate on their face, anything, their name, but this is going to help the flow of the reading as well as me channeling their energies and the information that I do channel from them. I am an intuitive reader. Anything that comes through with my clear senses, with my sixth sense, I'm going to bring it up into the surface and to your awareness. And this is always with love and with your best interest in mind. And if you would like to learn a little more about me personally, get to know a little more about your reader Raven, then you can check out my Instagram. I am a spiritualist, I am a yogi, I am an artist. So there's a lot of fun things to dive into. All those links will be in the description box below. So now that I have all that out of the way, get comfy, get a snack, drink a tall glass of nice cold water, and let's vibe out to this reading. Welcome to the pick a group portion of your reading. Today we have our usual 3 groups to choose from, but I decided to use earrings today as charms. So for group 1, you have this beautiful silver dangly earring. Group 2, you have this gorgeous rose with a gold hoop through it. In group 3, you have this beautiful bronze Indian-like piece. Use your intuition when choosing your group, and if you happen to be called towards more than one group, definitely check those out. There could be other messages in other groups for you. But once you have picked your group, you can click the description box below, click the timestamp of your group, and that will fast track you right to your reading. If you chose this beautiful silver dangly, you are group number 1, and this is your reading. I think it's raining outside. Debating on opening the window so you can hear it. Want to hear some rain? When I was channeling your energy though, to get your oracle card, which is what we are about to go over, I actually was being shown the ocean in waves. So it's funny that it's raining now. It is a very calming and relaxing message that was coming through. Or you just really miss the ocean. You miss the ocean, you need the ocean, you need that water, you need that cleansing, you need that peace. So I did leave the window open just for the time being for your oracle read, and then I'll have to shut it because it is distracting me. I love the sound of the rain. We are going to see what your person was thinking the last time they saw you. I just heard it was bittersweet. But we're going to first start with your oracle card. Your card is attraction, magnetism. I feel a sense of longing, of a dreamer. You're a dreamer and you long and yearn for a lot of things. You cradle your inner child, or that's something within you that is really prominent in your life. You may have a young spirit, but it's like you're an old soul. This child on the bed is you. It's the child that you keep inside all the time. It's the person who dreams. It is the one who dreams, and that keeps you dreaming. It really helps to keep you motivated and to keep you chasing after your dreams. You know there's so much bigger things ahead of you, that you're meant for a lot of bigger things than you are actually in the space of right now. You are headed to these things though. With the 37 up here, the 3 and the 7. The 3 is significant because it is of growth and motion forward. And the 7 speaks about your challenges though, of moving forward, the challenges that you deal within and without. First of all, you're really good at manifesting. I want to say that, and visualizing. And when you visualize, you are manifesting. So, and through your dreams as well. So you're a big manifester. And any changes that you have within yourself, it is going to almost immediately be mirrored outside of yourself. Once you see these changes happening within you, and you know you can't fight it, because sometimes there's a lot of conflict in your life in general, but a lot within yourself and your outer world. So whatever changes happen within, as above, so below. And you will see them manifest within your material world as well, once you feel it and really acknowledge it within yourself. In regards to your person, there's a sense of being scared and of shyness, of like vulnerability. You probably have like dreamed of them, have manifested of them. You're like constantly, your energy is constantly searching for them, constantly reaching out to this person. But they make you feel scared in a sense. They make you feel vulnerable in a way. This person is always just seeking for something they can never reach. This planet that's in outer space. Some of you may see your person with rose-colored glasses as well. You may see them as something bigger, or it's referring to you seeing their true spirit. You may see who this person is and they don't even see themselves this way. You see them bigger than life themselves. So you see aspects of them. You can see within their soul. You know a part of them that I feel like they still haven't attained it. They're not who you see of them. This is keeping a distance from you. Whether you purposely are doing this or spirit, the universe, you know, your higher self, your higher power, whatever you consider that. But there are forces beyond you in this material world that is actually keeping you separate for a reason. You're separate for a reason. So just understand that and keep that as a reminder, as guidance, I heard as well. Because you need to stay on track, and sometimes I feel like that maybe this person can be a distraction for you. I wanted to actually mention your charm as well, because messages came through immediately when I picked it up. You probably have your hands in a lot of different things. You're probably very talented, gifted. You reach a lot of people. But I feel like you keep to yourself and you always stay moving. So you may not actually feel every connection that you make. You like touch a lot of lives. You help a lot of people. You're very, very helpful and giving person. Now this is gonna sound a little weird. Okay, but what I see here are like mummified people and you're reaching to them. Like your journey is taking you to these people. You may have a connection with Egypt. You may have a deep connection with your ancestors and with, and I just heard symbolic things. You may be a very symbolic person, but it's like you're reaching to ancient people. Your journey is bigger than you. You have something in your soul's purpose that is bigger than you, that is bigger than anyone around you. I hear small fries. Like you're surrounded right now. And I feel like you may even be supposed to be moving, or you want to move, or you need to move before you can see this actually come into fruition for your own self in your life. I just heard there's bigger plans for you. Your soul's purpose is so much greater. So now we are going to use tarot to see who this person is that you have on your mind before diving into what they were thinking the last time they saw you, so we can get a baseline to go off of. Okay, so this person goes to you as safety. They find you very caring, nurturing, someone very fruitful, somebody who likes to like keep them fed or keep them comfortable in a way. I don't know if you can hear that. Oh, let me close the window real quick. I'm sorry. I hope you're nice and relaxed. You couldn't hear because the window was open, but my belly was growling. So you may like to feed them. You may like to nurture them, to mother them. And I just heard they kind of take advantage of that though. They come to you for safety. They know they're safe with you. They can be their vulnerable selves with you. And here it's like you're scared to open up. You may have been hurt by them before. And I just heard they hit a sore spot for you. But for them, you're somebody who is a safe space. Somebody who offers a lot of comfort, nurturing. They don't feel alone with you. Work was getting in the way of this connection. They had to focus on that and focus on the things that they're going through. So they couldn't actually focus on you, but you were still being used as a comforting tool, as somebody who may have boosted their ego or made them feel confident, comfortable within themselves. And that helps, I just heard, their transition through whatever they're going through right now. You're somebody who they could be comfortable with, somebody who they felt they had community with. You may know them through a community, or you may share a community with them as well. There's a lot of people that they have ties with that know them around the area, and they don't like that. They don't want to actually be known. They'd rather be somewhere where they're not known, where they're not seen, where nobody knows a dang thing about them. They rather be an outsider wherever they are in their community, but they know too many people is what they're saying. They know too many people. I just heard you're a spiritual leader, you're a spiritual teacher. You're somebody who offers a lot of good advice. So even if you aren't these things, people sorry, I'm channeling. People will still see that of you. That you are somebody who is wise. Somebody who offers a lot of abundance, again, came through. You're somebody very fruitful, and I just heard you need to protect that. Be mindful of the people that you are extending yourself to. Be mindful of your energy and where that is going. And you need a sense of protection as well, maybe energetically. Just be very mindful, because people will, and they have, and they can still take advantage of you right now. I feel like you may be in a sensitive time for whatever reason, and Spirit is just wanting you to know, please protect yourself, because you are valuable, you are really precious, and people do see that of you, and that is something that could be taken advantage of. They see that you value family a lot. They themselves probably value family a lot. And that is something that they feel connects you as well, that you have a real solid common base ground with that. Even though I heard there might have been changes recently to somebody's family life or the way that you connect with them. I just heard the word disdained, so that may resonate for somebody. I just heard trips. So they are going on trips, probably traveling a lot, and this is in regards to work and their money, because they haven't been doing well. They have been struggling, like, financially. They have really been depleted. I feel like a lot of people need them financially, but their fortune is turning and they have to travel for this. They're going to have to take steps that they're not used to. When I channel, I will stutter, mumble, and jumble up my words, as I say in like every reading. Just so you know, if I sound a little weird or something comes out weird or wrong in some type of way, it's because I'm channeling. So just know that. I just heard there were things that they didn't tell you, especially in regards to this. They wanted to keep you in the dark. I feel like they're a very selfish person. They're a very selfish person in some aspects. This isn't anything that you wouldn't know. They don't really want to be, but man, it's really their world and you're just in it. You're just a part of it, and they're gonna make moves that you don't even know about all the time. I feel. In regards to their work, they're a very private person. They don't like to let people know what their moves are, what they're doing with their career. I heard specifically where their location is. They don't like to let people know where they're living. They don't want you to know exactly where they're living. They want everything so private so that they can cut ties and just do whatever they want. I just heard simpleton as well. The way people view them, they probably leave a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths. They may have caused a lot of conflict in their connections. They probably don't leave on good terms with people, but they're such a sensitive person. And so, like, they'll build up these walls, and they don't necessarily mean to. There's a lot of things in life that they don't mean to do, but they're doing it on purpose, though. They're like, their actions, and I just heard, will never match up to their words. Very specific message that you need to hear. Their actions will never match up to their words. And this, because it's something they need to grow in. They need to just gain reins within themselves with this situation. And usually these type of things are really wound-based. Has something to do with in their past, their childhood as well. And they were alone a lot as a child as well. They probably learned a lot on their own for themselves. They didn't have that comfort. Oh, they're so vulnerable. They're vulnerable themselves too. And they see you, and you're such a strong person, and you may have kids yourselves. You may be a mother yourself. They're like, when's my turn to have what you have? They really look up to you. They do value you, even though their actions may not all add up. I heard wishy-washy. They're a here and there. They're in and out type of person. But their focus is their own abundance and what they want to grow and plant for their own life and their own needs. And that's what's really going to make them feel fulfilled in life. They're a very materialistic person. They may not come off that way though. I feel like if you see them visually, you may take them as not poor or broke or anything, but somebody who isn't like a high class, a high standard type of person. I just heard like they hide money. They don't like to necessarily show off, but they are a very materialistic person. Their material world is what makes them feel safe and makes them feel like they have a leg to stand on, like their life has meaning if they are sustained materially. And they haven't been though, and that is what they're chasing. That is what they're going after, and they do have an opportunity here. They have an opportunity for growth. They have a strong opportunity to dive into their potential. If it wasn't for you, you give them courage, you give them strength to keep going in so many ways. You don't even know some of the ways. I feel like they wouldn't even tell you some of the ways that you have inspired them, and you do encourage them. They understand the ways that they lacked in this connection. They understand the ways that they may have failed you. Wow, my heart just got super heavy. They did you so wrong. They're really remorseful for the way they acted, but they would never apologize. And that's like frustrating me. Like, it's hurting my heart because it's like they owe you an apology that you will never receive. There's an apology here that is owed. And they feel if they would apologize to you, it would make it true in their world. And there's just facts and things that they don't want to actually admit to themselves. They bury crap under the rug and it out of sight, out of mind. And that's why they don't allow people to even get close to them. Because if they did, then there would be ties that they can't cut so easily. So they don't even want to apologize because then that makes it true of them, true in their world. And that's something that they can't even process right now emotionally. They're not able to. Their heart is guarded and protected and under very thick bars and separate. It's not even a part of them anymore. They have, I didn't want to say some issues. I don't want to say it like that. They have some healing and things to get through because every connection that they make, every real connection that they make is going to go through some level of heartache, whether it's going to hurt you, whether it's going to hurt them. It's probably going to trigger a lot of wounds within them and your connection it did. There's a pain here that it feels like it will never fully heal with this person and because of this person. And yet there's so much love and passion and still this connection. And even through it all, they still acknowledge that you didn't deserve that. And I just heard for some of you, it was torture. It was like torture again and again and again. And you don't deserve that. You are golden. You are loved. You are lovable. And you are worthy of love. And this isn't the only connection that will find you in your life. And if they need their space, I feel the need to say give it to them if you haven't already. So now we are going to see what they thought about you the last time they saw you. I just heard hard to get, whether you were playing hard to get or they were playing hard to get. The Wheel of Fortune came up again and it was like, listen, the last time they saw you, like, this is it. It's like the last chance, the last time they have to prove themselves. But this is also a positive change. Like seeing you was finally coming into fruition, finally entering their life. Like they have tried, they wanted to. I just heard they may have held back though a little bit, but this was supposed to change a lot in the connection for the better in their mind. This may have not been reality. This may have not been the truth in the end, but this is what your person was thinking the last time they saw you. Something came up though, and they saw it wasn't actually going to work the way they thought. They're in their heads. I heard they're a planner. They're probably an overthinker. They really feel whatever they're thinking in their mind has to be the reality. That's going to be the reality. This is what I'm after. This is what I'm chasing. They're kind of chasing a fantasy. Their thoughts are very frustrating. And they're in it a lot. There was probably a lot of elements that got in the way though. The sun is their personality and it is hidden behind all this crap. And they weren't actually able to be themselves the last time they saw you. They didn't even allow it. They did not even allow it. They got guarded. They felt protected. Things weren't actually aligning the way they wanted for themselves in the situation the last time they saw you. There were a lot more people, it was like, that got your attention. They didn't actually feel like they had your full attention here. I feel like there was a lot of truths that they didn't say, a lot of things that were needed to be admitted that they didn't admit. They left it covered. It's like, you know what? It's already in the dirt. We, as people trying to make this work, is probably just better if we just keep it buried then. But that's not true. That is not true. And it messed up the foundation of the connection and actually what could have been. Because their lack of accountability. Because they didn't actually respect you either in the way that you deserved. I want to say that. The person that they chose to be, I feel like they were probably more cold than they should have been or could have been. They were thinking about more problems than they were about the good things that were like happening around them or to them, for them. They understood and realized that their roots are going to need to be planted elsewhere and not necessarily in this connection. So once they understood that within themselves or figured that was the case within themselves, they shut down. They kind of shut you out. They got cold. They disregarded your emotions, I feel. It's like the romance was gone. Affection was probably gone. They withheld the passion. There was a lot of passion there. There probably was like at the beginning or something, and it just blew out like a candle, and they held it from you. I heard they're jealous of you as well. They're kind of jealous. They may have been jealous about the attention you were getting. Like, you're getting so much attention, and you're supposed to be giving me that attention. They could have some ego issues. I want to say that though as well. They could be egotistical and feel like you need to praise them and like get down on your knees for them and like treat them all this type of way. But you know what? Their actions aren't even worthy of that treatment. So if you didn't treat them that way, don't hold that against you. They didn't deserve it themselves. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna be honest with you, because you deserve that clarity. And I feel like, you know, this is upsetting. So if this was upsetting you, just know that you don't have to hold on to what's not serving you as well. You didn't want to beg, but you were almost to that position. It feels like, don't feel bad about whatever affection you didn't give them. And I know you deserve a lot of affection. You deserve affection, attention, and all the attention, okay? You're on a pedestal. I want to say that. So all the attention that you got, I'm glad that they saw that, because they needed to. Because they do, like, they hold you on a pedestal, but they kind of have like an ego issue themselves. And they needed to know what kind of gem they had. They needed to know that you are royalty. You are regal. Your energy is regal energy. And you deserve respect. And you deserve attention and affection. And, you know, for people to kind of get a reality check. And that's what this person did in this situation. And they weren't too happy about it. That's no fault of yours. So if you feel any type of way about that, don't hold that against yourself. Work on healing that within yourself if that's something that is still like bothering you in your heart space or in your mind at all. Justice came out, and I heard justice was served. It may not have felt like justice was served in your situationship, in your connection, but it was served. Everything that happened was meant to happen to show you, first of all, that you deserve a lot more, and to show them they don't deserve you. I want to say that. I'm going to be real with you right now. I feel like getting gangster up on them because... like against their energy. Like, stop playing with this person. Like, they played you and they played with you, and you didn't deserve none of it. And you know what, them losing you was the best thing that has happened to you. I know that you may still be going through some heartbreak and some stuff, but disconnecting with this person, having that space forced between you and this person, that is divinely guided. That is divine action, because you don't deserve what they did to you, and you deserve better. So getting them out of your energetic space is giving you the justice that you deserve, because it is going, I have goosebumps right now, because it is going to bring in now the people that you deserve in your life, the soul connections, the beautiful connections, like in friendships. I feel like you're going to have a lot of friendships now that are going to start, and I just heard blossoming. So some old friendships may start to blossom in new ways, in new fun ways, I want to say. But you're also going to be coming into like a lot of friendly people, and it is only because you release this person. You finally let this person go. You let them know that you value yourself. And I'm proud of you for that, because you were somebody worth valuing. You were somebody who demands the best. You really do. And it's such a gentle way. Like, you were such a loving person. And they know this of you. They see this of you. They may have taken advantage of it, and their ego got in the way of anything more. But justice was still served in the end. Okay, so you don't know, but I had to take a quick 2 or 3 hour break because the battery died and I needed to eat. So now that I am back, we are going to hear some channel messages from your person. You looked beautiful, and if you identify as a man, as a masculine, you looked handsome. I heard, I admire you. Their eyes were twinkling. They really enjoyed seeing you. They enjoyed the sight of you. And I heard touch, taste, and smell. So you ignite their senses. First of all, I do want to say that. And when I'm blowing my cards to clear out the energy, look what came out. The Knight of Cups. They were fully into you. And I heard all the romance. They were thinking all the stuff. Energy switched up real quick though. They were nervous, and I feel like about multiple things that were not necessarily in their control. They weren't able to control a lot, the last time they saw you, and they were so much more nervous than they probably let on or they let you see. It took a lot for them just to relax. They needed, oh my, they probably, like, once they relaxed, it was probably like an indulgence. They wanted you to see them clearly. I just heard there's a mask and things were hidden. I have like sweaty palms. They were so nervous. Oh, so nervous to see you, so nervous to talk to you, so nervous to admit anything to you, to say anything. This was, you know, either a redo situation for them, trying to like make up for something that happened before, and or for some of you, or for others, this energy is coming through because they wish they could redo what happened, what was the last time they saw you. Like, I wanna, like, no, like, this wasn't right. Like, truth was not told. The things, I kept so many doors closed and you closed off to me, and I kind of pushed you away. Let me get all these cards out before I continue, though. A lot of messages are coming through. A lot of regret, misunderstandings. They feel misunderstood. So I'll start with the back of the deck energy first, because this is what they thought when they first saw you. You were the sunshine. You were something so beautiful and so brilliant, and look at you smiling. They love your smile. Oh, underneath of that is the Two of Cups. They wanted to be the giver and the receiver, but they really wanted to give to you. Things were not mutual. And I needed to show you that it actually is. And it always was, but I was just too scared. A little pussy. And I know that of myself, and I hate that. I will admit it. I would tell you 10 times over again that I'm a little bitch. That I didn't treat you right. I didn't stand up to you in the way that I should, because you're on that pedestal and I didn't place myself there, and I never will. I swear to God to you, I won't ever place myself where you are, because you're always so far above me. You're so much more than I am. You're so much more than me. You're worth a lot more. You have more to care for. You have more to give to. I feel I can't even give to myself, but I'm so drawn to you and your light. Effortless, your effortless light. You're connected in a way that I wish I was, and I feel I am. I want to explore, I really do. It intrigues me, things intrigue me. You brought me into synchronicities, and I started noticing them and realizing, and I know there's something there, and it's like you are a part of that something. Excuse me if I get emotional channeling their energy. They probably have cried about you. They mourned so deeply that it really hurt. They broke their own heart. So if you see me getting emotional or anything, it's on their behalf. You were born to be somebody. You were born to be something. And it's like, ever since I've known you, you've been chasing that thing. You've been going over and evolving into this greater being and greater form of thinking. Like, you don't think like me. We don't think alike. Even though I don't understand you, though, I see the beauty in you and I value that of you. You understand you. That's all that really matters. Nobody needs to get you. You really share your emotions with the world. I'm not like that. These are things that I value in you. All the things that I can't necessarily be. Because you will shed layers and you will show your emotions. You will show yourself. Nudity may have something to do with this as well, because I heard naked self. Or they have seen you naked often, but it's like you express yourself visually, physically in this way. And that's something that they admire of you. For most people, they see you as skin deep, but you're so much more than that. I feel like a waste of space. I feel like I wasted your time. I value it. I do. I act like I don't, though. And this was a chance, actually, to just have the peace for both of us. To finally get that peace. Because we deserved it. We deserved that type of closure, whether anything came of it or not. I was open to the connection in a way where I felt whole again. I was being receptive even though I was guarded. Even though I feel you wouldn't accept me. I was scared to be rejected. I expected to be rejected. And there are sides of me. There are darker sides of me. I will hide it. I will show you the light. And I only wanted to show you the light. I didn't want you to see the parts of me that couldn't be trusted anymore. That I couldn't even forgive. I know I didn't give you all my focus. I didn't even give you the energy you deserve, the attention. I saw you getting it elsewhere. And it is the ego in me. Like, why are you even entertaining all these people? But I kept quiet. I kept my mouth shut. Because in the reality, I don't even think I could give you the happiness that you actually deserve. I didn't think I could be something that valuable. You're so valuable to so many. And they see this. So many people see this. And I am insecure within my own value, within my own self-worth, and my own self-value. My foundations aren't stable, aren't steady. I'm really trying to move. I don't want to be here anymore. I hate it. I hate everything about it. I don't want to be here. And so I had these things on my mind. And I didn't tell you. I just heard what you thought wasn't true. It's almost like they're verbally abusive to themselves in their minds. I just kept hearing like slanderous words upon themselves. Like, you're worthless, you're nothing. And the judgment came out in reverse. They can't see the bigger picture even of themselves. They're not going to be able to provide you with anything they can't provide for themselves. I barely even had the time. And I wanted it to work. I was hyper fixated. I had all my focus and my energy into this plan. I had a plan and it crumbled. It's like you don't understand me. Now this is their thoughts. And so I want you to understand that you probably do understand them. I get the sense that you really do. But for some reason, their ego self is really, and I just heard delusional. Like, they live too much in a fantasy world to even in their thoughts. If it's not just a fantasy world, it's just too much in their thoughts to actually see reality clearly. They can't even see reality clearly. They can't take you seriously because they can't even conceptualize what is true for their world and their life right now. I feel like they're going through, they're just going through a lot. And I don't think they can even understand their own life. And so that trickles down into a lot of things. And unfortunately, it probably did with you and your connection. And so they're not able to see things clearly of themselves and of what could have been of the situation, because they were trying to have too much control over what would happen. They wanted to control the outcome to favor, you know, what is best for them. But they're not the only one in this. It takes two to tango. They were way too hyper fixated. I thought about you so much. I wasn't there. I wasn't around. I ran from you. I ran. And I just heard into the arms of someone else. So that may resonate for somebody, maybe not for everybody. For some of you, I see that it was just pure solitude. Like, once, if they left you in any way, shape, or form, if they went out of your life in any way, it was into solitude, and they wanted to be left alone from everybody. Like, after that, I just want to say it, they effed up their life. They effed up everything that they had for themselves. That is on their mind a lot. Also, during that time that they were separated from you or they weren't talking to you, they thought about you a lot. You were part of their fantasies, I heard. They had some romantic times by themselves to the thought of you. Oh my gosh, they just are not one to admit much. They're not one to talk much, admit much. I'm getting lightheaded. I'd rather be in the space of my mind than to be rejected. I'd rather be in the space of my mind. It's like everything that they could possibly have to say to you. That's how they started. I'd rather be in the space of my mind than to open up to you, than to be rejected, than to feel hurt myself. I'm guarded, I just heard. I'm guarded. I'd rather be left alone. I'd rather be alone. Not really, but kinda. Like, it's what they would, they'd rather settle for being alone than to even be, and I just heard, remotely honest with themselves. They need to be honest with themselves to then be honest with you. I felt all the energy drained from my body. You probably would have noticed this switch up within them when they felt that, because they felt that. I just feel something was said. Okay, so there was a situation where they opened up to you, but something was said, and it was it was not reciprocated in the way that they hoped. And oh my gosh, it's like the worst happened to them. Dread, pure dread, energy drain from my body. I can't be the same. I'll never be the same. This isn't ever the same. They saw this hard truth and they totally shut down. They closed you off. They closed their emotions off. They're bigger, stronger, real emotions for you. It's like they kept the switch on for the sexual passion or the sexual energy that you have together though. It's like they still craved you though. They can't release you. I feel like right now, that's the space they're in. They can't release you. They won't let go. They're still energetically tethered to you. If you're not in communication right now, I just want you to know that. They are still tied to you. And they're having a hard time, again, facing reality, but facing their own emotional truths, how deep it actually goes for you. They didn't tell you that. They didn't fully admit it. They don't want to admit it because they don't want to admit it to themselves. But the way this situation ended, I just heard it was a gut punch because it was a reminder of how they really feel. I'm going to get an oracle card now to see what other messages Spirit needs for you to hear, I feel, because they don't want their thoughts the last time they saw you to be the energy that you leave on, because that's not where the energy is going to be left on. Because, and I just heard it's up to you. First of all, your guides they're very protective of you, and they're really trying to reassure you. They're trying to comfort you right now. The oracle card that I put out says out of body experience, astral experiences. And with this card, your spirit guides, they're guiding you right now. They said have patience with yourself. You have healing to do. You have healing from this connection. Healing from, and I just heard a healing from sorry, I'm channeling. You have healing to do from a lot of connections. I think I said that right. You haven't yet gone up the steps here. This is where your spirit guides are trying to take you. On a path that is better for you. On a path that is going to result in more happiness, more fulfillment, and I just heard excitement as well. But it is taking you from this lower level of experience into a higher level of being. But this woman here is turned around and still looking at the past. There's still a level of mourning that needs to be had and acceptance before you can step up and meet. I just heard your guides are waiting for you. They have their hands out waiting for you. So whenever you are ready, whenever you decide, because we decide when we're going to heal and when we're going to be not okay, but we decide when we get to move on to the next step. And they're offering signs of comfort. What could some of these signs be, Spirit? Birds. Foreign symbols, like I said, Egypt and gypsies, like they, on their jewelry, they would have like intricate designs and things. So I feel like foreign symbolisms, if you feel called to them, like specifically if something jumps out to you and you're like, I wonder what that means, look into that. I want to say, look into the symbolisms that jump out to you. I was being called to say your own reflection as well. This practice of looking at yourself in the mirror, to sit there and ease into your own gaze. I want this to be more of a meditative practice for you because that's what Spirit said as well. It's a meditative form of self-love, a self-love practice. I don't want this to be a scrying, fortune-telling type of mirror gazing. That's not what Spirit is saying to do. They want some of you very specifically to look at yourself in the mirror and find that love for yourself, because that's what's going to help you heal and move on, is to find more of that self-love. Look at yourself in admiration, in a way like of wonder. You are wonderful. You're full, I'm about to cry. You're full of so much magic. This is from your spirit guides, channeled from your spirit guides. You're full of so much magic, so much power. You have so much empathy. And these are valuable and these are so beautiful. And nothing that you have worth growing needs to stop here. You aren't stopping here. This was nothing for you. I'm not downplaying anything that you experienced, but Spirit's trying to tell you that this was just a stepping stone in your spiritual experience and your spiritual growth. Get through your grieving and meet us. Get through your grieving and meet us. That's what keeps being repeated to me. So you are really about to step into something powerful, and this connection and even the separation, I feel, is the catalyst for you to finally, it's like you released something that needed to really be released. I just got chills again. Your energy, it was in your energy. Like I said, you released it from your energy field, and now other things can come pouring in. And Spirit wants you to know you are escalating, you are evolving, you're growing into something beautiful. And I just heard peachy. So whether that resonates for somebody, the color peach, or somebody calls you peach or peachy or something, that may be like a nickname for somebody. But that's all I see in the cards for you today. I really hope that this reading gave you clarity, any closure you may have needed, any advice that you could really take and practice or move on with. And I wish you so much love moving forward. And I'll see you in the next reading. If you chose this gorgeous rose with the gold hoop in it, you are group 2 and this is your reading. So today we are going to find out what your person was thinking the last time they saw you. I heard expectations. Like you have a lot of expectations put on yourself right now, whether from outside forces or that you're placing upon yourself. A lot of expectations. And I just heard it's a burden. So something may come through here in that regard, but that's just a message that I had channeled. Change, wind. Look at it. Gorgeous. Changing everything. Everything's changing. Everything's changing. You're releasing so much. Oh, okay. So for some of you, things could feel like they are unraveling and you have just no control. Everything is changing around you and you're probably on like autopilot. Like it's like a roller coaster, like I see here, just swirling and having to just go through all these changes and ripping with the tide is what I feel like. Woo! Like you may have gone through some undertows. You may have gone through some crap recently, and I just heard you just trying to find that peace. And so there's a lot of motion and movement and chaos, and I just heard some things crumbling. It is hard for you to find peace, I'm gonna be real. And if you do, it's short-lived, but you need something more sustaining. You need something more sustaining for yourself, especially with all this change that's happening. It's not necessarily bad change. So I never noticed this. Look at all this fabric. My gosh, all that fabric on her, weighing her down. And here she's trying to just deal with this situation and she's being weighed down. If you do any meditative practices, I suggest highly that you do take some breath work or meditative practices, putting your feet in the grass, taking your shoes off even. Some of you may wear shoes too often, or like you always have your socks on or something. I feel like your feet need to breathe. And this also may have to do with energy as well. We have energy spots all throughout our body. This would be, you know, our chakra line that we're used to, but we also have energy points in our palms and the soles of our feet. And so exposing those energy centers to ground yourself and to really release some energy. You're being asked and guided to do that as well. I just heard shedding the layers of what burdens you. Some of the things I see as well that probably are burdening you right now, they don't really need to. They don't need to take up space in your mind as heavily as they may be. You're taking on some responsibilities that shouldn't be your responsibilities. I see traveling in the future as well for somebody, or that is what you're trying to work up to. You may be trying to save to travel, or some of you are in fact traveling. This is coming around, and I heard around the bend. So the turn of the season, so whether, you know, spring, when it turns into spring, when it turns into summer, when it's turning into fall. So that is all I see in the oracle card for you. Now I'm going to see who your person is. Then I'm going to see what their thoughts were the last time they saw you. Some of them may wear a lot of black. You may wear a lot of black. Both of you may wear a lot of black, but I see somebody wears a lot of black, or they like deep colors, dark red, black, burgundy for somebody. I just heard a love interest. I hear a lot of whys, and I heard specifically, why can't I? So that may resonate for some of you. Why can't I? Somebody may be trying to constantly get to you. Maybe you make up a lot of excuses and they're like, why? Just let me in. They're trying to be so friendly and cozy. Like if you were at a house party with this person, they are the type to kind of weasel you and them into a corner so they can just have all your attention and like rub up on you. Like they probably don't like bigger crowds. They rather just have something intimate and close with you. I feel this sense of like, you're the one and I can't have you. That may only be with some people. Some people they may still like be in contact with you. I just heard they're devoted to you. So under the Empress, the goddess, the beautiful life-giving entity that she is, the Page of Cups came out like in awe, just wanting to flirt, and they admire you. Ooh, they look They like looking at you, flirting with you. Maybe it's just for a lot of people, they're not talking to you. Some maybe, I don't know if it's like spying. They will search you and look at you that way, and that's how they are admiring you. I feel like they're a colorful person. Wow. They may wear, what is it? Why is like, it keeps coming out like about their clothes. Their colors of their clothes. If it's not them wearing all dark, it's just like the complete opposite. They're so colorful. They're really expressive in their clothes, or they like to be expressive, or their energy is very colorful. Have a lot of like charisma, a lot of personality. They may smile a lot. A lot of people see them smile. They may entertain groups of people. They may be on stage entertaining like groups of people, or that's something that they have done, or that they could literally do, because that's the energy that I see they have. There was a lot of friction, and we kept trying to find our way back to that center. You see how this hoop is going straight through the hole, like anything that happened, straight back to the center of the love, of what you've had together. Like, what can we do to keep coming back to each other? How do we keep doing this? How can we keep doing this? So I'm getting an image. You don't have to take my images verbatim. When I see things that come through, it is just the energy of a situation. So this is the energy of a situation that I see. But I'm being shown that somebody's leaving a house. They don't necessarily tell you where they're going, what they're doing, what they're going to be doing, or who they're going to be with or anything. There's a lot of secrecy around where they're going and who they're going to be with. But I feel like you know though. You know the things that they don't tell you. You already know. So there's like a level of reassurance in your own intuition, because this person, I feel like they may be flighty. They may roam around a lot. They may get a lot. Oh, that was a Freudian slip, huh? So that may have something to do with the situation or your relationship or your connection. They may have been running out on you in a sexual way, any intimate way, talking to other people. I want to say it's not the first time. This is somebody who probably isn't committed. They probably do run out on monogamous relationships. You knew exactly what was going on, when it was happening, what they were doing. And they wouldn't tell you about it though. They kind of want to control the conversation. They want to control situations, but they really want to control vocally what happens and what is said and what goes around. And they're probably very impulsive as well, I see, because they're chasing after the bike here. Like the bike's going off without them. The bird is going to let them know like, hey, where it is. Some people may have been like keeping an eye out for them. This is only for some of you though. So they were in contact with somebody who let them know if you were around, so they wouldn't get caught in some way, or they wouldn't get in trouble. They may have had people cover for them in their defense, and they are trying to like keep up with their own actions and their own things that they're making happen before they're really using their head to keep pace with what they're doing. I do see for some of you, you may have kids. You are somebody who is like a mother figure to them. And that as well is very attractive to them. They like the fact that you're like a mother in that way. You're nurturing, compassionate, I heard as well. Very understanding. You're patient. Ooh, you have a lot of patience, and I feel like they ruined that. In whichever way that manifested, they regarded their emotions probably before yours. They don't have that same emotional maturity as you do, nor understanding. I feel like they have a lot to learn about themselves. They feel very young in their energy and like spirit, but in their spiritual development, they're still young. They still have a lot to learn. This connection didn't have a happy ending, but it had a positive outcome. You did have this level, and I just heard soul fulfillment. They may even be a soul connection to you, but you had this level of fulfillment with them. You could see a future with them, I heard. Somebody who you were really comfortable with very easily. Somebody who portrayed the fact that they were going to be around, that they were going to stick around, but I feel like they got stagnant. They may have gotten complacent. They were used to your treatment. And what they had with you, you know, it was in turn taken advantage of. You may have had to care for them as if they were your own in a way that was very unfulfilling and unsatisfying for you. But with this Wheel of Fortune coming out, this was a catalyst for so much change in your life. I heard artistry as well. For some of you, I see as well, this was karmic. You had to go through this, or you wouldn't even find your abundance, this change, this huge positive change in your life. Whew. I feel like that's what it did to your life too, this connection. I literally see that this connection took your life for a whirlwind. Like, you spun probably out of control at times as well. And you were caught up in that tide and things, but oh my gosh, you needed this. You needed this to be who you are. You needed this, I heard, to have the things that you have, to be who you are, to be what you are, to be what you are. You weren't confident enough. This situation, this connection, this relationship, I just heard, and these events, the things that you experienced in this connection were needed for your growth spiritually, for your development. And I'm sorry I'm laughing, because spirit is, they're sitting back like, look, I told you. Like, they're getting kind of fancy. Oh my gosh, you got some funny people on your side. They're like, what'd I tell you? But they're really putting out like some swag type energy. Like, look at you. Now look at you. Like, you're stunting. They're going crazy for you. They are celebrating you. I hope you feel them. I really hope you feel them. And I hope you feel this for yourself. I hope you celebrate yourself. Since coming from this, all these experiences, because they said now you're showing more of your personality, more of your true self. You have that passion, that drive. It's like you needed to get angry. You needed to have everything fall apart. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. You needed everything to fall apart. You needed, and I just heard you needed ripped open. That sounds just god awful. And I am so sorry for every experience that you had in this relationship to even get you there. That you needed to have that experience so you could really find yourself in your, your happiness, your growth, your progression, this turn of self. It was a full turn of self. You are standing in something precious, like you're on diamonds. You are a part of that, and you are a diamond. Like, you were a diamond in the rough is what they were telling me. You were a diamond in the rough, and now look at you now. And like, they're just really like partying for you on the other side. I'm telling you, they're really so proud of you. They are so happy for you. They celebrate you. They want you to celebrate yourself, celebrate the successes that you have ever since this period in your life, the growth that you have. And I feel at times you do step back and look back with the High Priestess. This is a reflective energy. This is one who sees, who understands. There's a deeper level of understanding in everything that happens. They want you to acknowledge that this relationship was a catalyst to everything, but it's not just the person, it's the events, the things that changed you. The things that changed you, they really want to amplify this, but because of what came out of it, who came out of it. I feel like you dug yourself out of the rubble. Oh, you're so strong now, and they really want to praise you on your strength. Okay, so let me come back now. I just heard think again and like rethink again. Somebody keeps trying to find ways to contact you. I don't know if they're putting actual physical acts to this, but in their mind, they're thinking of ways with this Two of Swords. They're thinking of ways to contact you. They do think about this. They think about the ways that they can be honest and truthful to you because they weren't about certain things, and it's like they just had to let it go. You just had to let it go because what's done is done. Like, they had nothing to fall on. You knew their truths already. It's like they can't even apologize for it, but they actually do want to admit certain truths to you, certain feelings. They think as well, like, if they would apologize about certain things, or if you would understand their reasons, sorry, I'm channeling. If you would understand their reasons why, that maybe you would soften towards them a little bit. I don't even think they want forgiven. They don't deserve it. They said, I don't even deserve it. I don't deserve it. I don't want it. That's not what I want. I don't want forgiven. I want understanding. I heard as well, I don't want you being left alone. I feel like they see you and you're alone a lot, and you don't deserve to be alone. And so in turn, they may actually get upset with themselves because they feel like, I would still be with you, if it wasn't for my actions. I would still be with you if it wasn't for my stupidity, I heard. I would still be with you if I didn't see her, I heard specifically. So that may resonate for somebody. I had to stop. I had to stop fooling myself. I had to stop fooling you, them. Like, I was playing games. Oh my gosh, it got so messed up and so tangled. I had to make a choice. I had to choose the one that was gonna accept me. I just heard to accept me and all my dirt and all my filth. They keep me really guarded, like protected. Like I'm in a cage right now. I'm in a cage now. I won't forgive myself. I can't be myself. And I had to make that choice for myself though. And it didn't involve you because it shouldn't involve you. I had you mixed up in this, and I just heard BS that you shouldn't have been in. There could have been like a love triangle going on. Somebody was more accepting. Somebody knew for sure. So this other person in this situation knew of you and of what was going on. And they were more accepting of it because, and I just heard, first of all, they're nasty. And I don't mean that in a way like to shame polygamy or like anything like that, because it's not that. First of all, it ain't even like that. They're playing it like that. They're trying to act like, oh, I'm a polygamist, or oh, I'm free, like that, in that way. But no, they just want what they freaking want. So they're going to settle for dirt to get what they think they want. And I'm not really too fond of that other energy. I feel like they're trouble. I just heard troublemakers. They're trouble. They need cut out. So I'm glad that, you know, this person actually tried to do that for you, because I actually feel like that was the only way. I just heard that they were going to stop. That this other person was going to stop. Stop what? What was going on? Okay, I just heard looking for ways to hurt you. This other person, they're not to be trusted. You can't trust whatever emotional, I just heard maturity as well, has something to do with it. Whatever they were trying to portray themselves as isn't truth. But they're like rebelling and trying to, I just heard like counterattack. They're trying to go after you now because the hurt that they feel. So let me act like I'm not hurt, and I'll just hurt you instead. Problem solved. That's how they act. That's their freaking energy. Ugh. Next. So in a way, that was also them trying to like protect you though in this situation. It was just easier to choose them. You wouldn't have forgiven them. They wouldn't have been able to be who you needed. They wouldn't have been able to give back to you emotionally. I just heard I hold so much resentment towards you. You may hold resentment towards them, and in some cases they may hold it towards you, or you both hold it towards each other for different reasons. They felt like they knew you, but it's like once they had you, or once they were in connection with you, because of your emotional maturity, I want to highlight that emotional maturity on your end. That because of that, they had a hard time reflecting upon themselves, and it made them feel stunted. They felt stupid in ways. They felt like they just weren't mature enough. There was no way that they were going to be able to grow to the level that you needed them to be. Things needed to come into balance. And I feel like they started seeing you more at night, or nighttime has a lot to do with the connection. For some of you, I see as well, they may have had kids with this person, and then they would see you at night when they don't have that responsibility, or when they could kind of weasel their way around. So their schedule in general may have been around them having children or having something else elsewhere that they were kind of responsible for and connected to. I just want to let you know as well, the decision that they had to make was not an easy one. And I see the way that things had to come into harmony, that really upset this person. That I just heard was like devastating to them. They hurt for it. And that isn't disregarding your emotions in the situation at all. But this person felt like a failure. They felt like they failed you. They didn't know even after that what to do with their lives. What am I going to do? Like they may have been jumping homes or homeless at a time, really settling. And that settling in their life led to a bunch of crap that they weren't okay with, they weren't happy with. It caused them so many problems in their life, and I heard conflicts with their family as well. So much trouble, but you're not in it. And that's also what they're thinking. At least you're not in it now. They feel to a certain extent that they protected you. They're acknowledging the disconnect, the disharmony, all of this though. It was all for your betterment in the end. Because they see, I just heard who you are right now and how you are right now. They see you. And that's coming through multiple times in the reading, that they see you. They may stalk you, like online stalk you, like on the low. They don't mean any bad intent. I don't even think they really want people to know. They'll do it like randomly and just kind of, it's like I see them at work or something. They probably shouldn't be on their phone. And they're like holding it under a desk or under a table or something. And they're looking at you. They're like sneaking glances at you like that. You're something worth value, something worth honoring. I feel, this came through strongly. Ooh, oh my. A lot of sexual energy. For some of you, it's coming through, they really like to worship you. They like, should I be specific? I don't know if I should be specific. After this reading, I'm actually going to do a fantasies reading, so stay tuned for that. And so those things will be specified. They really enjoyed those intimate moments with you. For some of you, if you had other partners join in, they really, or they like to watch you. They like to watch you with other people. They may pay to watch you. They may be paying to watch you in an intimate way. And I see it's like with other people, but it's in this community though. So if you're not like being active with other people, it is just in this community though. They may be paying to see you. They're like, I'd be foolish not to. They needed to step up. They needed to kind of be a master of their own and take their financial and material world a lot more serious. I feel like they're in daddy mode for some of you, or take that daddy mode as it resonates. Wink, wink. They need to be a provider. They want to provide for you though. They needed that solidity for themselves, but they still want to actually provide for you financially or something, like, or they wish they could take care of you, but I feel like they are financially. Look at what am I talking about? Look, the Ace of Pentacles. They really are giving you money. I don't know if you know this or not. They are seeing the things that you are growing for yourself. Everything that you wanted for yourself is materializing, and they see this. And I just heard they want to be a part of it in some way, shape, or form. It's like they're freaking scheming in the background. I don't feel that they're happy wherever they are. They're not happy. They don't want to be there. They don't want their life to stop. It kind of feels like it stopped. But they have so many responsibilities, so many things to do. And yet, in this other world, it's like in another world, another life, I could be working with them. I could be doing this with them. And they really want to like ground something here with you. If they're not providing for you financially, they see this material wealth and abundance that you have found yourself in, and your ideas. You planted your ideas and they grew. And you were everything in their mind, in their eyes. You were everything that you wanted to be, and now look at you. Now we're actually going to see what their thoughts were the last time they saw you. And I just heard a fresh start as well. So that was probably meaningful, a fresh start. There was a lot of admiration and love that they could not express. I see that there was an achievement here. They were either seeing you for an achievement, they were seeing you achieve in some way, shape, or form. You were elevating, you were celebrating something big for yourself. And they're really proud of you, but they actually did not fully express emotionally how they felt. They were repressing their emotions towards you. Oh, yeah. They didn't want to hurt you any more than you already were. They really were trying to support you in this. They weren't necessarily out here to be forgiven, although I do see that they may have been trying to start fresh with you. I just heard you were bolder. The last time they saw you, they were like, wow. They actually are very surprised about how much you came out of your shell. Now, you're very firm on what you say. You demand respect. You demand what's rightfully like yours. You want order. You're compassionate, but you want to cut through the BS. Like if someone wants to give you a rundown on a situation, it's like, no, get to the point. What are you really trying to say? You want to get to what things really mean. What do you really want to say to me? What are your intentions? You need and want clear intentions, and that's how they were thinking of you the last time they saw you, that you, first of all, you deserve the truth. You deserve honesty and clear, honest actions. Shaggy, I just heard, girl, you're my angel. You're my darling angel. Okay, I suck at singing. But that's the song that came to mind. Like, oh, they just want to dance with you. Or you may have danced with them. Like, they wanted you to dance with them. Songs were playing in their head. Or when they saw you, I just heard I couldn't give up. Like, they didn't want to give up on you. They didn't want to, or on this connection. Like, you're somebody very special. They have a lot of feelings for you, and they are genuine feelings, and I see like a reflection of them. You may mirror those feelings, or like they weren't actually able to correctly portray these. They felt that it was safer to keep these emotions bottled up. They're like, I had to let it leak a little bit. I had to let it leak a little bit. Like, they wanted to hype you up. And that was being shown and known. They weren't trying to hide some things that they felt about you. They would probably show you in ways how they felt, but they didn't actually want to speak and be too open about it, because they didn't feel like it was fair to you if they did. There was too much. Like, they were lucky enough to be there. Let me keep shut. Let me keep quiet and keep the peace, and let's just be happy. Let's chill and enjoy this. This was probably a creative pursuit or achievement. You were very inspiring to them. They were inspired by you and the things that you create, the things that you can build, the things that you can do, the things that you can achieve and you are achieving and you have achieved. The last time they saw you, what you were achieving was barely the first step, I heard. You have so much more coming for you. And what they saw was just the beginning. Just the beginning of a journey of achievement. You may have been preoccupied with other people's needs, other people's attention, and here they were so focused on you. And look at you. You were so beautiful, admiring your own work. So beautiful, admiring and celebrating yourself and with these people. I feel like there were other people here who were celebrating with you, and so they actually took your attention, but they didn't mind it. They really enjoyed watching this. So they just wanted to say, if only I had told you. If only I could hold you one more time. If only I could caress you again and tell you and hold you and just be there with you. They just want to like cave and crawl into each other. It's like, this is super weird. How do I say this? That's a weird way to put it. Okay, so it's like if two things just died and formed into each other, like cradled each other like that, curled up together. Super weird. I'm sorry. I'm not meaning to like be morbid or anything, but it's like that was your resting space. There was this like, they're showing me this resting space of you curled up within each other. That's what they want. That's what they want again. And I don't even feel it's energy. They're energetically like they want this. They don't even want to speak. They want to feel that energy again with you. They may be drinkers, or drinking may have been involved, or that's something that they had struggled with. I see as well, like maybe they actually left out drinking that night or that day or whatever when you were together. I feel like they kind of left some of their vices out so that they can be raw and open and real with you. With this Emperor coming out here, they want to be honest. They want to own up to things. They want real growth. They want real stability. They want accountability. They felt like you could burn them. They are this little owl in here. If you can see that little owl on the card, they're the little owl, and you are this bright sun. If you come up and they come out of their little shadow hiding, oh, you're gonna feel nice and hot. Oh, they really didn't, they wanted to come correct. They didn't want to disrupt you. They didn't want to upset you or cause a scene. Oh, they did not want to cause a scene. They rather like be the quiet one in the corner and just watch you shine and watch you do your thing, because that would have kept the stability. I know how upset I made you, and I can't take it back. I'm going to now read some channel messages from your person. I feel like they need to come through. Oh, you're a rebellious spirit. Oh, they love that. They love it. They really want to emphasize that. They like how rebellious you are. You don't stop. You don't stop for anything. You don't stop for anyone. You ain't gonna let anybody step on your toes. You're gonna let them know. You're not gonna, like, they really want to rhyme. So they may like write songs about you. They themselves may rhyme, rap, or perform. They may be, I just heard a producer for somebody. Music, creative writing, things like that. They definitely like have written about you. I feel like I was told they write about you all the time. I don't know if you would ever know this, hear this, or see this. I feel like they do it in private sometimes. I see that they have a notebook and they've written about you, and they're actually hiding it from whoever their significant other is right now, whoever their partner is, or whoever they're with, wherever they're living. they hide this notebook and they write about you in it. You have this raw talent. You are escalating. You have, look, your passions. It's like your passions aren't even your passions, speaking as a person. Your passions aren't even your passions. It's who you are. You are art. You are this person. You are all these things that you're creating into the world, that you're bringing into the world. You are so fruitful. You are so passionate. You are somebody who shouldn't be limited, halted, stored away, I heard. You should not be stored away. I kept you there like you're safe, like you're mine, like you're my precious little thing. I envied and I was jealous and I reacted when you needed me to respond. You let me in. You let me into your home. You let me see parts of you that probably nobody ever really sees. I got to see the real you. I didn't want to say anything to screw it up. Seeing you out there shining just showed me how fucked up I was, how much I messed up, how much I ruined things, how much it's like all these things. I could just name a whole list and then look at you. Peaceful, beautiful, thriving. It was better for me to pull away. I understood that. I knew that I couldn't have you and you be able to keep peace in your life. I wasn't peaceful. I'm not, like, I didn't have peace in my life. How could I bring that to you? I let you just be. I wanted you to guide where you wanted me to be. I accepted wherever you placed me in your life because that's what I deserved, and probably more, to be honest. Probably a lot more than I deserved. I shouldn't have even been there. I shouldn't have even been there. I kicked myself in the butt because I didn't deserve it. And yeah, that was my selfishness then to just go because I needed to see you. I needed to be there with you. But in the end, I know I didn't deserve you. In the end, I knew, like, all those answers were given to me that night that I saw you. I kind of tried to be more, I just heard like different, but I knew that wouldn't be enough because I needed to do that inner work. And though it didn't end the way that I wished it would have, I wasn't as close to you at all as I wish I could have been. I was not as close. I kind of kept my distance at a time, actually. I felt like you didn't want me. I felt like I shouldn't be here. Maybe I should just leave. I should go home. I shouldn't be here. But this was my chance with you. And I had to take what I could. How am I supposed to be picky about that? And you were so happy with your accomplishments, of your achievement. This was such a big step for you. This was something I know and I understand you were dedicated to. This is something you came such a long way. You had to go through so much just to get here. Even if I couldn't be anything after this. Even if I couldn't be... I didn't even want to be anything after this. After I saw you, I knew it was going to be the last time. I knew you would just keep going in life. I knew you'd be on to bigger things, better things. Your calling is so much greater. And if I was a part of that little blimp in time and your little timeline of life, I am happy. I'm grateful. I was blessed to even be that. I was blessed to be a part of your journey. You opened up my eyes to so much, so many things I hated about myself, so many things I needed to change, so many things that I was not. And that did scare me. I'm not used to people calling me out. I don't even like saying that because I like to be so sure of myself. I like to feel and act so sure of myself, but I'm not. And you just so blatantly will bring the truth to the surface. And it's like nothing for you, but it's like you're perfect. How could it be? I can't even say anything about you. I cannot say a bad thing about you, and I wouldn't say a bad thing about you because you don't deserve it. The things that I put you through, and I see that you're sheltered now because of it. You shelter yourself. You deserve love. Why do you do this to yourself? You should have somebody. Like, they see, if you're single, they see that that you're alone, and like they want you to find that happiness, and they feel like they had a part in your loneliness right now. Not to say you're lonely at all, but they see that you don't have a partner if you're single, and they want you to be with somebody, and they feel like they are the reason why you're not. The damage that they caused is always there. There's trauma, such deep trauma. Under something so beautiful and magical and powerful, there is a lot of trauma. Are there any final messages? I'm going to pull an oracle card after this as well to close your reading, and that will be a message from Spirit. I just heard all the time and effort and value. They are seeing you shine constantly. I feel like they keep tabs on you. If you're not talking to them, know that they do keep tabs on you. They see your progressions in life. They see your connections and the people that you talk to. They probably look at your conversations, follow your conversations. They may try and actually, I got the message too for some of you. Like, first of all, they definitely see your conversations and how you interact with people. It's like a jealousy thing. They may go to somebody that you had spoken to see if you commented or liked any of their pictures and stuff as well. A little bit of low-key internet stalking, but like, they ain't hating on it. They just kind of want to snoop a little bit. You are so precious. You're so valuable. You seen me in a way that I didn't see myself. You cared for me in a way that I couldn't even possibly care for myself. You gave me that care and I wasn't even ready to receive it. You let me in so many full ways, in so many ways that I didn't even know I could feel. I didn't even understand. And here I was, like this changed person. You changed me. I hope you know that. You changed me, and you changed me for the better. And I am still learning. And some of the things you say actually stick with me. Some of the praise, some of the ways that you treated me in soft and tender ways. Keep shining, boo. That's what I want to say to you. Sorry, they keep wanting to rhyme all the time when they think about you. Always. You inspire them creatively. They see you getting praise and attention from other people, and you deserve it, and they want you to know that. That you deserve a lot more recognition in what you're doing. Whatever field, I just heard field or industry that you're in, you deserve a lot more recognition, a lot more attention. They see you getting it though, but they want you to know that you're somebody worth recognizing in the way of your gifts and talents. Shine. They want you to keep shining, keep going after your dreams and everything. You're gonna get it. In their mind, anything that you seek after, you will receive, and they want you to receive that abundance and that clarity for some of you. But they want you to receive the recognition. They don't feel like you get it, but you don't get enough. You don't get the well-deserved oats. I had to back off. I had to back off away from you. I had to just let you go. I held on for so much longer than I needed to. I was there when you didn't want me there. I was there when I shouldn't have been there, when I didn't necessarily want to be there, because I couldn't let you go. I didn't want to let you go. You were something. How did I even get you? How the F did I even get you? Let alone be able to. I didn't respect you. I know that I played you like a toy, and I don't want you to feel that way, but you're right to feel that way, because I was manipulative with the energy. I didn't take it for the value that it has and the strength that it has. You are strong. You're somebody really strong, somebody with strong intuition. I want to say that as well. Ooh, you may have caught them in some stuff. I feel like they're coming through here with this Ace of Wands. Their secrets like coming to light. Anything that they were trying to manipulate, you knew about, you brought to their attention. They were trying to make things go one way, or it's like a trick, like a magic trick. But you could see through the BS. And they didn't want to hold you back. This is what this Ace of Wands is about. Them holding you back from your truest potential, from finding the connections that you deserve and the people. They were taking up way too much space in your life. Too much of your time, your attention, some of your money as well. Oh my gosh, ew! Ah! Oh. Fucking stop! Oh my god, that scared me! Ew, that was creepy! I want you to see this, because all it's doing is clarifying what I said about your intuition and that you were seeing things that they were trying to hide. Can you see the eye of the back of the cards? Here, you see it good here. There's an eyeball there. There's an eye right there. That's what I saw. Look at that eye coming through. And it was coming through because of my ring light, but I was like, I never saw an eye there. Ew, that was creepy. You creep them out though. You may be a witch. You may dabble in like witchcraft. I'm not saying that in any negative sense. But witches work with energy and nature. So you may do that. Work with energy, work with nature and things. Anything that they were trying to freaking do, any manipulation, any tomfoolery. When you saw that, the things that you picked up on, you creeped them out. You scared them. It's like you scared them straight, and they knew not to mess with you. They knew not to fuck with you. And so they weren't even going to try and pursue anything further because You can see it. You can see them. You can see clearly, like, you have a gift. And they didn't want to fuck with that. Oh, I feel like, no, they warned people about you. Don't F with them. I hear them say, don't F with them. They know. Like, they're no one to mess with. They didn't want to actually mess up your progression. They saw the good things that you had in your life, and they didn't want to mess that up because they weren't so great. They weren't actually who they were trying to be. I just heard who they were pretending to be. That's who they want to be. But you can want to be an astronaut. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you knew things about them in that time, that space, that the last time you saw them too. And so that's what's coming through, that like, you scared them. How'd you know? Like, you just know too much. You know too much for them because they try and be too sneaky. And so they didn't want to ruin your happiness. You parting your ways in whichever way you needed to. That's what was needed to find the grounding and the real stability. They really wanted to be the person that you needed. I felt you in so many ways. You are so beautiful. And it's like, I let the demon out in you, like the devil. Like, I really brought some dark stuff out in you. You were so precious and so innocent. And it's like you flipped. You flipped. And I'm not holding that against you. I did that. Like, look what I did. Look at what I have the power and strength to do to you. You don't deserve that. I'm like a monster in your life. I'm like I can't be that. And I wish I could. I just want to be everything that you needed of me, and I know I can't be. So every time this person will go through these thoughts, like I said, they're scheming to see you somehow or something. They'll go up, you know, to these thoughts. They'll entertain these thoughts, and then they'll back away. Well, I'll ruin their stability. I will upset them. I will cause more trauma, more drama, more hurt, more upset. I can't do it. They want you to keep the stability. They want you to keep the mission forward. They want you to keep shining and keep being everything that you are. I just keep hearing like you're the raven. You're somebody who is so beautiful and unique. You have a unique way about you. The way you carry yourself, the way you present yourself. It's like a quiet confidence. It's a calm confidence. Like you don't have to let your words say anything. Your energy says everything. Your presence specifically, your presence says everything. They're like, I don't even have to say anything to you. I already know. You don't have to say anything to me. I already know. So now I'm going to get some final channel messages. This will be from Spirit, from your guides. I just heard you need to cleanse your energy, your home, your space, yourself. Jealousy. Oh, okay. This is a heavy, yucky energy. This is bothersome. So that's why they wanted you to cleanse your energy, because I don't know if you can see, it says other here. At the bottom says jealousy, obsessive lover. There's energy here being projected onto you. For a lot of you, this is the other person that's involved in the situation, or this person's partner. This person is projecting heavily onto you. Hate, nasty stuff. I had heard spells for some of you. So this person may even dabble in witchcraft themselves. And they may be doing like dark magic on you, or trying to like doing spells. I see specifically somebody with your hair. Okay, so I hope nobody has any of your hair, but they may be like, they see your hair, you're doing it in different styles, and it's like one of their spells or something. If they are doing like spells or any witchcraft on you, then this person is trying to like affect your hair. I'm gonna be honest. They see you doing different things to your hair recently, and they're mad about it because it looks good. Like, you look good, first of all. But they want to change it, but in a harmful way. Like, they want to hurt you in a way that affects your appearance. I just heard you're known for your appearance, or a lot of people do see you. So they're trying to actually manipulate the energy and like do something to affect your appearance. So cleanse your energy, protect yourself from this person, and then, you know, go about your life feeling strong. And that's another message that came through real heavily. Okay, be in your power. Be in your freaking power. You are powerful. So stand in that power. Don't let anybody bully you, anybody push you around, anybody keep you from what is yours and what you deserve. And ultimately, you can't be kept from what is yours and what you deserve. Just gonna throw that out there. But I'm telling you, own your power. Yeah, jealousy was flipped when I tossed the card here. They're just jealous of you, okay? But you don't need to fear your own light because of somebody else's jealousy. So do you, but protect and cleanse. And I see that you are protected as well. With this card, Enlightened and Wisdom Keeper. And I also heard Peacekeeper. So wise person, well-informed, wound healer. Yeah, and that's you. So you may be a healer yourself. With the owl here and the moon, I see that you are a very super intuitive person. You are wise. Listen to your guides. Listen to your intuition. I see there's something standing out specifically about following moon cycles, so that may be very beneficial for you. If that isn't already something you're doing, it's just acknowledging that that is something very beneficial for you, that you're following the moon cycles, because it is the natural rhythm that I heard of your life, so you're just more in tuned. So work with the energies that are around you. Let your intuition guide you. But be wise, be wise. I just heard to obtain our natural powers. They are guiding you within the realms of your passion, your workspace, and I just heard your workplace. In your work life, that's being highlighted, to listen to your intuition, specifically in regards to your work life and your work life habits, I heard. I feel like you may be questioning at times, maybe like combating yourself or something, but definitely listen to yourself, be wise with your decisions. Be in your power. You are strong. Nobody can stand in your way. Nobody's going to stand in your way. You are protected. And you are so wise, and your guides want to praise you as well on that. So that is all I see for you in the reading. I really hope this was helpful and insightful for you. And I'll see you in the next one. If you chose this gorgeous earring, you are group 3 and this is your reading. I'm really in a music mood for your reading. I don't know why. I just got done like getting down to TV Girl. You may get distracted a lot. I have really been distracted ever since I started channeling your energy. But today we are going to find out what your person was thinking the last time they saw you. For some of you I hear, I didn't see you yet. So that may resonate. Maybe you didn't even see this person yet. But I don't know why I keep wanting to mess with this. I feel like you need to dance. Or you may be right now like in a space where you're listening to a lot of music. Or maybe you're going out more, little fun things. You want more like fun and excitement and things in your life, like new experiences. And I just heard feminine energies. But I'm going to start your reading with your oracle card. Your card is Cleansing Storms. It's like while it rains, just so many other beautiful things are forming. So many beautiful things are happening. You're about to step into so many things. I'm getting this like California chill, laid back type vibe. I just heard heavily medicated. Some of you may partake in cannabis, magic mushrooms, psychedelics. You may be dabbling in psychedelics or about to be dabbling in psychedelics. So there is a lot that is going on in your world. A lot of things are being illuminated for you. Something happened. And now because of this, so many other things are being illuminated. So many truths about people and connections that you have. And I feel like you may be repelling them. You may be moving away. You're going away from them. But this is a good thing because it is cleansing you and your life. And it's going to allow then, like spring, a fresh start for you. So if you are unaware of this and you're kind of just really in the storm here, please know that it is because it's about to bring you some peace. All this clarity that you're getting from all the chaos and things that are happening, it's just like combustible energy. It's so weird. There's just so much energy. Maybe it's in a short amount of time. And that's what's happening. A lot of energy in a short amount of time or something before your peace, before you can actually release some things, accept, you can finally come into your own acceptance and get the peace that you need. Because this is a cleansing. And I hope you are in this peaceful, like exciting, safe space right now. And if you're not, that's what you're going, that's what this next phase will bring you, is that serenity I heard for some of you. You may be feeling misguided, or you may be being misguided, some of you. I feel like you may be asking somebody for advice and they're actually making the situation seem a lot worse than it may be. So be mindful of the advice that you're receiving. Always trust your intuition. It is your life. It is your decision at the end of the day. Trust your own intuition on the matter. Yeah, get advice. Get any information that you can. Probably not just from the one source. I just heard it's a negative source. So this person may actually be either clouding your judgment, or making you feel like a situation is worse than it actually is or than it needs to be. So that is what I'm getting from Oracle. The fuck is a psychotropic? Yo! Okay, so I just channeled the word psychotropic. I didn't know what the F it meant. So I Googled it. And here, remember I talked about like, I couldn't concentrate and things like that. Like you may be very distracted and stuff. Adderall is a psychotropic. For, you know, medications for ADHD, it's medications for, like antidepressants, anti-anxiety. So that is pretty interesting, psychotropics. So that may resonate with you. That may be a medication that you need, or why you're self-medicating then with things like cannabis or magic mushrooms. So anyway, sorry for that little side quest. I'm getting the message that your person is building something for themselves, something that needs a lot of their energy, a lot of their time, a lot of their energy, and they can barely communicate with anybody, really. So if they're not really communicating with you, know that it's not just you, and that they really had to put their priorities in a certain type of order, and it is what they are creating for themselves that has to take presidency to their attention and to their energy, because it does take a lot of it. There's a lot of different things that they're I just heard motioning in, that they're moving in, and that they need to do and need to focus on right now, because they need to form financial stability for themselves. So communication is definitely hard with the 5 of Wands and 7 of Swords coming out here. This is showing me that it is a challenge. You may have to like fight for their attention, compete with other people for their attention. And I'm shown too, it's like they're on a wheel. So how they are going about the things, their obligations, it's like they're making their rounds, and then you're just waiting for your turn to like jump on that merry-go-round, get your time in with them, and then have to jump back off because they got to go do something else. I see that there's a lot of care for this connection in general, not just this person. There's a sense of like, I'll see you, I'm gonna see you, or I'll see you again. And you're really excited. I see that you're so excited to see them. Oh, like what is this gonna be? Like you're fantasizing all these things, like maybe that's what you're closing into, the time coming into them. That's that short window here that's going to be very revealing for you before you find your peace in like calmer waters, before things kind of like chill out and you can settle back in. They're a very passionate person. They're a very creative person, very expressive. They like to express themselves to you as well. Even if the communication is limited, they really do like to do that in some way, shape, or form. Even if it's just like images, they like to show you. I do see that they probably are a bit of a workaholic, or that their work-life balance is out of order. And it's like in order to keep the stability though, they have to do this and able to have what is stable in their own world. But they do include you in it. Like you are a part of their real life. You are a part of their real world. And you're somebody who they keep valuable. They want you in their circle. I see that. They definitely want you in their circle. They kind of want to step out with you. They may want to go to like a club, a festival, somewhere that's really relaxed, where you can enjoy each other's company and maybe the company of other people or music as well. They get really upset that they can't actually express or communicate in the way they would like to. So many things are halting them, and it's for their own success though. So if there's a lot of delays in this connection, if there's any miscommunication, long periods before you actually hear from them or get to talk to them, you're not even really talking to them, things are very sporadic, this is actually going to be successful for this person. The energy that they're putting in and placing, they had to turn their care back into themselves. They had to start nurturing themselves. They had to start caring for themselves in a way that was true, in a way that was actually real. Because I see they would try to sometimes, but it'd be short-lived because like they're scared. Like I said, their work-life balance is kind of off and they feel tied to it. In a sense, it's almost giving me like the devil energy, like they are a slave to their work. But I see like they enjoy what they do. That's not necessarily the case. They're not necessarily a slave to it, but they have to energetically be like bound to it because they have a lot of things that they haven't yet created, and they need to get this out. They need to get these things out. It's like they're being overloaded with a lot of creative ideas or a lot of inspiration, and they can't even do anything about it unless they block out everything else. Okay, it's my time. Now it's my time. I said it has to be Raven's time. That's me. But it has to be my time. They don't want you, though, to feel that it has anything to do with you. They don't want you to feel like you aren't being heard now at this point. Now you're not the one that's being heard, actually. They're upset. It's kind of like a people-pleasing type thing, but they do care for you, so it's not necessarily that. But they feel now that they are like betraying the friendship because they can't be there for you in a way that you are for them. First of all, they really have to tend to their own. There's some type of trauma that they need to work through, and so that's actually causing a delay as well, and they kind of want to keep to themselves on purpose because of that too. But they see that it's affecting you, and it's really upsetting them that they can't be that for you and actually hold you up in all your accomplishments and praise you on all the amazing and cool things that you're doing. And it's like they can only give you so much, and it's not enough, and they're really upset about that. I just heard you're gonna spend the night. That came through for somebody, so that may resonate, that you're gonna spend the night together. You're gonna have a night together. I just heard like a hippie festival, so that may resonate as well. But I feel like everything is going to ground. They're really manifesting and bringing into fruition this life that they wish to create, and they are creating. They are the creators, so they're definitely probably a creator in their professional capacity. But in turn, this is going to bring more harmony as well, I feel. Harmony and light and warmth into this connection, because I hear like you support them. You really do. They value that, and then it helps them continue to go. They get inspiration from you. They feel inspired by you. It's like every time I name something good, I come back to the trauma, to the stresses. Their thoughts can be overwhelming at times. They may actually suffer anxiety themselves. So if it's not you like self-medicating, then it could be them. They said, I'm not done with you. Like, I'm still here. I care so much about you. You make me glow. You make me shine. You make me feel loved and cared for and seen. I know that I can go to you for any type of help, any advice, any guidance, and you will be so much more than willing to help me and be with me. I am halted right now in life in general. So much of my life, I feel like I can't move, like I can't do anything. I can't go anywhere. All my efforts are going nowhere. This is just like, yeah, it's like a pessimistic type of view, but it's like I don't see my energy matching my outer world yet. So this is really just taking a lot for me. I'm feeling tired. My soul honestly feels tired, and I don't necessarily like to admit that because people see me as this energetic bright light, and I just can't shine all the time. I have a lot of darkness. Sorry, I'm channeling. I have a lot of darkness in me. I can't even show people. I can't show people. Those close to me, yeah, but I don't even really have people. I don't have anybody. You've seen me in some crazy times. You've seen me in some of my worst upsets, and you don't judge me. And so I feel safe with you. But I don't like to burden you, so I do feel really alone at times. And this weighs heavy on me. And I don't want my burdens to be anyone else's. You don't deserve that. You have so many things going on. You have so many things, look at you achieving. You have so many things that you're achieving right now. Like, go. Chase after what you are dreaming of. Chase after everything that you want for yourself. Chase after everything that you deserve. Please don't let any of my absence affect your daily modes, your daily moods. The things that you send me, I love. They could be sending you certain texts or pictures, videos of funny things even, something like that. And they really, whatever you were sending them, flowers for some of you even, like you're sending them gifts, they're receiving things from you. And they want you to know that they appreciate and value everything, whether it's time, money, affection, attention, or all the above. They value that. They thank you for that. You are cherished because of that. And because you see them when other people don't. You allow the space to be seen and heard and understood. Even if you don't understand them fully, you still give that space, and they want to thank you for that. Okay, so we're back. I charged the camera, but now we are going to see what channeled messages they have for you regarding their thoughts of the last time they saw you. I just heard everything comes in threes, rows in threes, or maybe threes have something to do with you specifically. A favorite number, maybe that's a favorite number for this person, or you resonate with things happening in threes, and for some reason that's being highlighted. You may work with them in some capacity, or you help fund them financially or in some materialistic way. Help provide solutions for them. So however you are providing materially, it helps. It's like that's you were meeting in that space where you would help them in a material way. If you interact, it's like you connect emotionally real fast. Everything's real fast, and it's probably like a love bomb, because it's like a lot of emotion real fast, but then you have to, it's cut short, it feels like. It's fleeting. I know I need this time alone. I think about you plenty. It's in the ways that you communicate with me. I feel like they may have a way with their words. They may be savvy with their language, the way they speak. It's coming through in a way that's like trying to be artistic or something, or have a certain flow or element to it, where they're very specific on how they speak. You should see all the things that I'm changing, all the things that I am creating. This is bringing me upset in some way, but it's like I can't obtain one thing without releasing another. I can't have this without that being too much to bear. But you help me, and you help me see things. You really give me a lot of peace. I feel so much reassurance with you that everything's going to be okay in the end. It's going to be okay, and I know it is. I am changing. And this time is changing. That they keep referring to things changing in the world, and they are changing, like they aren't the same. They're morphing into something else that they are unfamiliar with. They're coming into a being that is new to them. This is like almost goes further than shedding skin in the metaphysical sense, I want to say. They're like that snake that's eating itself, Ouroboros, and once it's met its end, it's then transforming into something else entirely, but like still the same thing. And I've come into acceptance that this is the path that has been chosen for me, and this is the path that I choose for my life. And this comes with a lot of responsibility. This comes with a lot of weight, a lot of patience, and having to step away and step back and step out of so many connections, so many things that I thought I needed, and I thought I knew, and I thought I wanted for myself. This is scary. It's scary, and I'm doing it, and I feel like I'm doing it blind almost, but things have to change, and I have to change, and in order for me to change, I have to change my world and the world around me. The way that I interact, the way that I behave. I've gotten into this quiet zone, this transformative space and cocoon where I need to just be with my thoughts. And so many of my thoughts are valuable, I'm seeming to find, and yet I have no one to share them with and no one to express them with. I feel like I don't necessarily have the space for that yet. And that is also something I'm trying to cultivate for myself. I want that. And I just heard tribal. So that's funny I said about this Indian, like, they are really craving this tribal way of being, first of all. But this tribal set community, this like-minded and energy and infusing, and they want to dance. It's like, yes, dancing, festivals, things like that. Like, that's their tribe. Those are their type of people. And they're really trying to manifest this as they're making these changes, and they're hoping that that's what is going to manifest for them. But with the Eight of Wands, it's showing me injustice is giving me this fast, it's like almost immediate change, shifts and changes in motion just happening. The Death card is out here, and it was showing me that the cycles that this person is going through and the things that they are shedding and their understanding, it's like they're accepting death now. Death in the sense of a rebirth for them. As this rose comes through the skull, they are the skull now accepting this new birth. But they know that the things that they are have to die in order to feed this flower. And so there's going to be a lot of stagnant feeling energy around this connection, especially, but in general in this person's life. A lot of stagnant energy felt. But there's so much happening in the background. And I just heard, I'm so glad. And I felt like this is their future self even coming through. Celebrating the time when they're finally past this phase and stage. This is something that they are committed to and something they feel very drawn to, and it's like they don't have another choice and this is it. I don't want it to be a burden onto you. I don't want it to be a burden onto the connection. They don't want you to wait for them in any capacity. They don't want to halt you or hold you from anything. With the Wheel of Fortune showing up reversed, that's showing me that they don't feel there's anything they can do. This is something they have to follow through with. They have to get this done. They have to do it. And now is the time, better than any, because they know if they keep procrastinating, this is still going to be left for them to do. And it needs done now. They have to just move now. They have to do it now. You really give them comfort when they feel like they don't have anybody, and even if they don't want to come to you and they still kind of vent or unload onto you, they really want to thank you for the time that you give them and the patience that you give them, and let those heavier emotions kind of leak out some, because they need to. And at times they feel like they are carrying this all in a box. Everything's in a box. They're not able to really express in the way that they feel they need to. They don't feel like their light is being seen fully or utilized correctly fully yet. This is something that they are working on, to use their, and I just heard their soul purpose, to use their light and their soul purpose to help others, to create fortune for themselves. And I feel like this definitely is going to add to their fortune. This is something that is going to be, you know, with the Sun card out, it's going to be successful. It's going to bring an abundance for them. They don't see it yet, but this is something that they're manifesting. And this is also a chance for them to reconnect with themselves in a more spiritual way, in a more soul-bound way, in a way that's more connected to true self, authentic self. The self that I heard has been buried. They have had this person within them that they have always been, but it's been buried and it's been growing underneath the surface, and they're now just like, oh my gosh, look at this, and they're uncovering it. I just like had my energy zapped. Nothing in me, no social energy. Whoo boy, if they socialize with you, they really care about you. You know, they're trying to show you that they value the connection, because they don't have any energy. I'm gonna be so real. They would actually benefit by not talking to anybody for a while, like an honest vacation, like put the phone down, bury the phone, cover it up, and really just have that true solitude, like in the woods alone for days being. And then they would spring up and then finally gain the energy and the inspiration, and they would be like this unicorn, like this beautiful deer out in the forest. I feel like something crazy, something to look at, and marvel over. I do feel as well that is what they're stepping into, though. This is just going to take some time. All I ask is that you have patience for me and you just hold space for me. I know I may be really shy, and sometimes I seem misleading. Sometimes I say a little more than I would actually meet with action, but it's not to mislead you. It's simply to express how I feel in that moment. And I feel a lot of things all the time. And sometimes people can like confuse that or misconstrue it, or take it as one thing when maybe it means nothing, or maybe it just means something else, and they don't want you to misinterpret their interactions, I guess, and to let you know that they are a little more shy maybe than they will act emotionally or let you see physically, I heard as well. I feel that they feel safe to let you in their inner world in a way that not everybody gets to see. But at the same time, I feel like they're such a free spirit, and they're just wanting you to see a little bit of their world. It's like, who gets to see me? Nobody actually gets to see me. Nobody gets to see me. It's coming off as if like a lot of people would see them, though. Physically, they're seen by a lot of people, but they don't feel seen in their soul and their spirit. And they're wanting those things to reflect and match up and align. So I'm going to end your reading now on an oracle card pull. This is going to be a message from spirit. It's all about longevity. In your case as well, you may fill up on them a little too much sexually, is what I'm seeing here. Or it's also, or it's speaking on your connection being solely the physical, because they're not able to really give you much else. But when I saw these cakes come out, I heard cake, cake, cake. And I mean, you can just infer what I'm trying to get at. Just liquids everywhere. Okay, anyway. Basting that turkey. Okay, I'm done. So basting that turkey. Oh my gosh. They are just trying to bring that though to your awareness. If you have a connection, just expect it to be physical. Just expect it to be surface. With gluttony though, you may indulge too much into them in some ways, in a sexual manner. It's like that's all the connection will be then. If all you make it is sexual, then that's what it's going to be, is sexual. But it's being highlighted. This is kind of the area in which you're going to be most strongly connected to this person, is in the sexual sense, and it can cause a toxic attachment to this person, to this connection. You may have, I just heard, like, you may have to wean yourself from this person to find your own peace within the connection as well. Don't limit yourself. Don't limit your worth. Don't limit your capacity. I also want to say don't overextend yourself. So I know those are two opposites. Maybe some people need that one message, other people need the other. Take what resonates for you, to just be mindful of your output and intake. They may even be going through diet changes, I see, like their food. First of all, they are cleaning up their eating because they haven't been doing good. They haven't been being very healthy to their body, but now they're being more mindful. Another message that came through, this person may suffer sexual trauma. So that's another reason why you should be mindful of this type of connection or indulgence in that type of connection with this person, because they could feel abused by it. They could feel taken advantage of, for example, maybe feel used in that way. Like maybe that's all that you may want them for during this period and all these things that they're going through. They're trying to heal some traumas surrounding sexual abuse, sexual manipulation. I just heard somebody use them recently and they are healing from that as well. Just be mindful of that aspect within this connection and have healthy boundaries. Healthy sexual boundaries. I just heard healthy sexual fantasies. I see that you probably have some tasty fantasies with these treats here, and they want you to just have healthy and real expectations. But that is all I see in the cards for you today. I really hope that these messages were helpful and insightful for you in any way, shape, or form, and I will see you in the next reading.